Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Modern Family Season 4 New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's everybody. Now when it comes to Season 4 of Modern Family, it's hit and miss for me. Like, it's good, but there are some episodes that's kind of like One of the storylines that was was Gloria being pregnant. I did not understand that whatsoever, because the young cast was still young, so why bring in a baby? So anyways, this episode revolves around Gloria first being upset with Jay because he ate her grapes. Apparently there's a tradition in Colombia where you put like grapes in your mouth on New Year's Eve, and something about squishing them and getting good luck for like New Year's and stuff. And so the Pritchett's, Jay, he decided he's gonna send his entire family, the adult ones, to Florida for like this resort that he used to go to when he was younger with his first wife. So it's been like over 20 something years, 30 since he's been there, right? And he's telling everybody they're all excited until they get there. Now, with the younger cast, they're watching Lily and stuff. And so Haley is technically in charge. This is when she dropped out of college, but Alex is the one who's really in charge. And so like with the younger cast, I'll get through them first since their storyline is smaller. So Luke has decided he's going to invite some girls over for New Year's and make out with them and stuff. So Haley and Alice had no idea about this. And so when the girls come over, Luke is all like, okay, first Manny's already dressed in a tux. And then so Manny was shocked. He's all like, I didn't know this was a double date or a date period. And he's like, I don't even have no cologne on. So it's kind of like, why was he wearing a tux to begin with, other than it being New Year's and he's a very fancy type of guy. And so he tells Manny, this one's for you and this one's for me. He's all like, now say something like romantic. And Manny's all like, man, I just can't like turn it on like that. You say something romantic. And he's all like, nice shirt. And the girl's all like, thanks. And she's all like, wanna go to your room? He's all like, well, I didn't clean it for me. Oh, that's probably one of the funniest things Luke's have ever said. So, of course, Haley and Alice is kind of like, what the world is going on? And then they're all like, how do we let this slip past us? Like, we're supposed to be responsible. And they're like, we are responsible. And then the doorbell rings. They open it up and it's Lily outside. She's all like, I'm cold and scared and I saw a coyote because nobody's watching her. And so Haley and Alice is kind of like, crap, dude, like, what do? We need to like make sure they're not doing anything in there. So it's like, they devised a plan to pretend like they're doing laundry. So they bust through the door and they're all like, we're just putting away laundry. And he's all like, that's a bra and that's a tablecloth. And so like, pretty much his makeout session is dashed because Haley tells the little girl, if you don't leave, I'm going to tell your parents that you're here and not being supervised by no like adult, even though she's the adult and stuff. And so Luke is pissed and talking about how he hates them, and Haley's all like, you're mad now, but you'll thank me when you're older. Everything sounding like her mom. And this is a nice foreshadowing because, you know, she did have kids eventually in this show. So with Manny, this is probably the most hilarious Manny has been probably in the entire episode. So he's trying to charm that one girl, and the one girl's just not having it and stuff. And he makes her like some kind of drink, but like a kid's drink. She's like, I'm not drinking that. Like, he might spike it or something. And so like, see, that's how I like, see, in modern day television now, to get the message across to young people, especially young girls, they kind of like force it on people in a very on the nose kind of way that doesn't seem genuine and you're not able to pick up on your own. But back here, they did it in a way to show like, look, females shouldn't really take drinks from like people they don't know, because, or have their drinks like unattended, because you never know, somebody might spike it and stuff. It's subtle, it gets the message across, and in a very hilarious way, as opposed to like drilling it, you know, like through your skull and everything, like in modern day television. And so like they're talking and everything, and he's tired of her attitude. Even Lily's all like, "You're mean," and everything. And so, and Manny's all like, "You know, she's right. I've been a generous host and everything, and blah 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 and blah blah blah." And then he's all like, he just insults the crap out of her. And then he tells her straight up, "If you're hungry, you can get some of that broccoli out your teeth." He went savage on her, man. This is when I used to love Manny. When he started to get older and started disappearing from the show, the writers just didn't have anything for him. They didn't have nothing for none of the other kids and stuff. And so, like, she realized what he's saying was right. And so she apologizes to him and everything, talking about, and he listened to all her problems, right? And she said, he's a great friend. Ooh. Truth bomb's about to come out. He's like, friend, this is where this is going? She's like, well, yeah, friendship lasts longer. He's all like, I have enough friends and everything. And he leaves. Oh my God, that dude is such a player. He did not want to be in the friendship zone. I missed this show when it was good. And so, like, you know, it ends with the kids, like, watching Luke sleep, talking about how young he is and how they're gonna miss that. And then Lily comes in dressed in, like, a weird, like, a dress and skirt and, like, makeup all over her face, all crazy, and talking about, is anybody watching me? It's like, so then with the adults, none of them are happy at this resort except for Jay. Jay's still talking about the great times he used to have, but they don't see it. It's run down. It's run by a woman named Eleanor, who's played by Lelaine Kazan. Now, she's very famous. She was actually, for the DC comic book fans, she was the inspiration for Big Bad Barda when Jack Kirby came up with the character and stuff. And so, like, so they're all there, and Gloria, this is what I can say, when she was pregnant, so she's falling asleep everywhere, and she's snoring when she goes to sleep. So she excuses herself from the party to go to sleep and everything. Well, with the others, Claire and Claire, oh my God, dude. So they're doing the little couch session thing. She talked about how her and Phil haven't clickety-clacked in like a long time, pretty much the entire year. And she makes so many innuendo noises that are just hilarious. And her facial expressions, like when she makes the noise and starts shaking her hand up and down, and she puts her hand over like her lips, and she looks into the camera. Oh, Julie Bowen is so hilarious, dude. And so they go to their room, and Phil like finds something in like the dresser, and he closes it, and she's like, what's in that? He's like, you don't want to know. Then he goes into the restroom and he closes it really fast, and she's all like, what's in there? And he's like, you don't want to know. So the bellhop dude, he tells them that it's a secluded like hot spring that they can go to. Claire is ecstatic because she just wants some romance. But they have to get out to dinner. So she's gonna like fake, so she wants to get out to dinner, right? And because she doesn't want to hear the same story every year about how Mitchell and Cam tell how Lily saves some guy with the Heimlich maneuver and stuff. And then so with Mitchell and Cam, they don't want to go to the party either. They want to, the little dinner party thing. That's what I mean when I say party. They want a party when they find out there's a bunch of gay clubs and bars down on the strip and everything. So they're going to devise a plan. Cam's going to start coughing, pretend like he's sick. They excuse themselves, and then they're going to go party. Plus, they don't want to hear Claire's story of how Luke and some pharmacist dude and some joke and stuff like that. And so, like, when they're all there at the dinner party, Gloria's asleep. Jay's talking about how much he's having a great time, reminiscing and everything. And so then, I think it's like somebody told one of the stories about the kids that annoyed one of the other people, and then all of a sudden Claire starts coughing and everything right before Cam was about to, and then Mitchell's all like, "She stole our thing." So they excuse themselves, and then so Jay takes Gloria to the bedroom because she wants to sleep. And when he comes back, Mitchell and Cam have left. So he's sad and depressed, and nobody wants to spend time with him. And when he's about to go to his room, the lady who owns the place, she lives in the room next door to him with her son. And so like, he's the bellhop dude. And so like, that bellhop dude looks so familiar. He looks like a guy I went to college with and stuff. It is weird. So anyway, so she tells him, hey, you want to play hold'em and everything? He's all like, nah, I should be with my wife. But then he hears Gloria snoring, so he plays. And she introduces him to her friends that they're playing with and Billy D. Williams. Now, he, of course, is best known for playing Lando in the Star Wars movies and the first Harvey Dent in the Batman movies before Tommy Lee Jones took over. And so, you know, I'm about to call him Al, but Jay, he's ecstatic to see, like, you know, Billy D, and they talk, and he tells them about, like, the time he's spending here, how nobody likes it no more, and his kids and everything. And so Mitchell and Cam, they just like walking to like this one club, and then it's like a club, like a party club, you know what I'm saying? And they don't like it there. There's too many young people, they're hot, they're sweaty, they're constantly dancing around everybody, and they can't get a drink because nobody's paying attention to them because they're older. So they start to like dance, but they can't because the younger people like throwing their sweaty clothes on them and bumping up and grinding on them, and they just don't like it. So then they leave there and they go to the place next door. Then they run out real fast. It was, they won't even tell what was in that room. But it was probably something exotic and sexual, like bondage or something like that. But then they see 3 bears come out of this one club. And what a bear is, if you don't know, in the LGBT community, is pretty much just a large gay man. And so like they go there, but they realize there's nothing but old folks up in there, like in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. So it makes them feel young because see, they've been feeling like they're getting older since they're in their 40s now. And last New Year's, they couldn't even stay up to like midnight. They fell asleep at like 10. And so like, while they're there, they're getting hit on by all the older men, getting all these free drinks. And even though they don't like the atmosphere, they like the attention that they're getting. Now with Claire and Phil, so they go to the hot spring, and as they're walking there, Claire has been telling Phil, you know, it's been like a whole year and all this other stuff, and I just want to bang you and everything like that. And so like when they go there, they're there, they're having a good time, and they're naked and stuff. It's just them by themselves until a nudist group comes. And in that nudist group is the bellhop dude. So it's all these people stripping down, getting into the hot spring. And Claire and Phil are not happy whatsoever with this. Stuff. And they can't leave because, you know, their clothes are too far away. So Jay is telling all the like people he's playing cards with that he's having a great time, the best he's had here, until Gloria is standing behind him pissed. But when she sees Billy D. Williams, she has no idea who he is. He's all like, I'm Billy D. Williams. And she's all like, I'm Gloria, the wife. Stuff. So then like, she tells him how like her New Year's been dashed because of the whole grapes, and he's all like, hop in my car and I'll get y'all some grapes and this and that. So she drives his car, and well, I don't know what kind of car it is, but she said in Colombia, if you had a car like this, that means you was like the richest drug lord there. Oh God. So she's driving it, she's having a great time, and then at the very, very end credits and stuff, Jay introduces the rest of his kids to like, you know, the older kids to like, you know, Billy D. Williams. And when Phil sees him, he's like, oh my God, it's Lando. So he starts like fangasming over him, and then Billy D's all like, oh, you must be Mitchell. Jay's told me all about you. And Phil's kind of like, oh. So it was a pretty hilarious episode, kind of like watered down funny if you know what the other episodes are like hilarious and stuff, but it was still a good episode nonetheless. Happy New Year's, everybody. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.